Yes?
Man, that cold spell just destroys me.
Onward!
I'd have to get some immunity to that. Psst, that was ridiculous. Hey Janie, how you doing? I'm just trying to beat this dragon. I don't think it's gonna work though. He just destroys me every time. Tasks. So we could do tasks or I could go into the pit. What do we have? I don't think I'm gonna do those.
And then you hit your own father?
Not I. That was Isilmir.
Yeah, but you're the same person.
Fine cock's feathers to that!
I see your point.
Let's see what happens. Where are we going? Burial Island. Is there a place to buy things here? No, I need to get one more camping supply. See if this guy sells anything. No. I guess we should go back real quick. I don't want to jump in that pit unless I'm completely ready.
Old leaf brandy. Isn't that a tad expensive for a mercenary's wages?
It is if you pay in silver. I paid in steel.
That's the most senseless act of...
I traded a very nice dagger for it. What kind of bloodthirsty lunatic do you think I am?
One with exquisite taste.
Mm. Let's see.
So, if our watcher hadn't come along, you would have let those drunks carve you a new nose.
Run up here real
I
quick.
was softening them up.
When trouble boils over, it's boots or blade, Aloth.
I was sure you'd consider booze an acceptable option. Many blessings, traveler.
And just let me see. There we go. All that way just for one camping supply. To the pit. Save. Okay, let's see what happens. A great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Boudica. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so, you catch flickers of a ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper, low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. Jump into the pit. You jump, trusting in the promises of the gods and the power of the souls to bear you safely down. The sudden drop takes your breath away, but souls catch you, encasing you in a shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you are falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong but chaotic. You find yourself drifting towards the wall. Mind the wall, Khan. Let's see. We want to reach for a companion. You reach out and feel a hand, strong and sure, wrap around your forearm. It tugs you away from the wall just as you feel your toe graze something. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X, steadying your position at the rate of your descent. You start to feel more comfortable until you notice that Durance is still falling too fast. Durance plummets, flailing and out of control. You could attempt a rescue, but the ground is approaching fast. It will take a feat of speed and agility to move to avoid injury. Athletics 5. Dive for your companion. Ground is rising fast, and you're not quite fast enough. You snatch Durance out of free fall, but you're unable to regain control over your own momentum in time. You take the brunt of the impact, landing hard against the millennia-old stone of the court of the penitents. Act 4. Your party is considered high level. Would you like standard? That's what they said about the White March. I might trust him, but that dragon...
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
This place is cursed.
Did anyone bring a ladder?
Wonder if we can do these tasks later. Not too worried about it.
All right, then.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Laying low. Leave it to me!
Ulu, ten!
You're not getting through me. Varanthus!
Ulu, ten!
Leave it to me!
Now this I haven't seen before.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Sneak again. What does our journal say? Oh, not that. And then hunt for Theos.
Ulu, ten! Ulu, ten!
Leave it to me!
Ulu, ten!
Varanthus!
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Get all of our loot. Let's see, that looks like the way down.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Ulu, stay!
Help.
Ulu, stay!
This is getting...
Ulu, stay!
I'm flattered, but where would I put that?
I'll see what I can find.
Traps.
A simple test. That's settled.
Fine plate armor. Heavy armor. What does she have? DR7 light armor. Should she have light armor or heavy armor? DR14. Might switch her armor. Seems like she would be having heavy armor. Put stuff away. So what do we have for high armor? 12, 16. Doubles her damage reduction. He is medium. Maybe I should give him heavy armor. He's our fighter. She is a barbarian though. Anybody else use upgraded armor? DR9 for light. Can add a bonus attribute of Might 2. Brush proof. That helps. Oops. Cutscene. Column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent, its rigid layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive burning deep in its core a dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. As you approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melts away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. The gloom seems to fade as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Eora seeps into existence, an idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you, a slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There is a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
You've come back. I had thought to have set you on the right path ages ago. Or did I merely fail a second time? You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
It would seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Rudica and the flame, and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life of you, of the Inquisition of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
What was that? Eora's mouth tightens and her brow furrows. A look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. something created by people.
This is why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
How did you discover this?
The Nguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
No. Later on, after I left the order, a few Nguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. Who created the gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos's people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Nguithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
Is it true what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Eora scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if